Gojo is back. After 3 years of sleeping in the prison realm, the GOAT has returned and he came with a bang. From teleporting to Kenjaku and telling him he's a nobody, to then one-tapping Urame and shit-talking Sukuna, the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer has come back. After a great reintroduction, what is next for the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer alive? First, Gege blueballed us on our Sukuna vs Gojo fight, with both sides declaring they have preparations before their WrestleMania clash on the 24th of December. Funny enough, that's the same day Geto was killed by Gojo, which is funny. I'm not sure if Gojo's trying to reminisce on fun times. But what could Gojo be waiting for? Well, this sets up for interactions between Gojo and the main cast, while also serving as a delay in Kenjaku's plan. The interactions between the cast is vital, and something we've missed since pre-Shibuya, and also something very wholesome that can occur. More than that, it can serve as a key training arc for our main cast. Even though they have Gojo, cannot be complacent and still have to fulfill Gojo's wishes. Getting Gojo out is one key objective they succeeded, and finally, but the others being saving Sumiki fell to them not being strong enough. So with this at hand, and knowing Gojo's nature, he may delegate the dealing with Kenjaku to his students, with his future rematch with Sukuna brewing. This lines with his main reason of having strong allies that can stand by his side, and his students defeating Kenjaku would most definitely fall into that line. More than that, back to the training arc, it is a perfect time for Gojo to spend time and train his students. People such as Yuji could gain huge help from being with Gojo and can become a true monster. More than just that, other students can gain huge insight from this, and we finally get to a situation where we become more than strong enough to deal with the final antagonist in the series. Now you're probably thinking, Blaziken, it's only a month, how are they gonna get stronger? Well, Gojo told us already, the path of a Jujutsu sorcerer isn't linear. People can grow exponentially over a short period of time. We also have many examples of this in the series. Gojo in Hidden Inventory, Yuta in Volume 0, Yuji on at least 2 occasions in Goodwill and then his fight against Sukuna, and then Megami when he first unlocked his domain expansion. With this being a key way of growth, this bypasses the time duration issue, and more so of finding a better understanding in their curse energy and creativity as a sorcerer. And Gojo can finally live up to his sensei title, and will get these sorcerers ready for war. Now to the other section, the delaying for Kenjaku's plan. Well, first, the influence he held on the higher ups is now non-existent, because the higher ups can't control Gojo, meaning he can take down their hit on himself. Now, I'm not sure on how prevalent Jujutsu politics will be. However, I do think this is a good time for these plot lines to be completed, if that is the route Gege goes, and see how the worldview changes since Gojo is now back. In addition, Kenjaku now has to make the ultimate plan to keep his merger dream alive. The resurgence of Gojo means all his plans are currently gone, due to him being able to stop every single one of them, and Sukuna is literally his final hope to the merger. Moreover, if there isn't another step to his plan, and killing everybody is what is needed for the merger to occur, then Kenjaku at this current juncture, the merger will not occur because Gojo is here. To go on a small tangent, this is why I think another route will occur, but I'll save that for another video. But Gojo himself throws all of Kenjaku's plans away and gives our main cast a break from this high stakes battle. Then finally, what's left is for Gojo to finally face off against Sukuna. I will have a dedicated video where I cover this, but if that mini performance this chapter wasn't enough, let me remind you why Gojo is him. Gojo vs Toji rematch, before he became the pinnacle of strength that he is now. Dominated Toji in that rematch, and we saw the birth of Hollow Purple and the awakening of the Honored One. We see him already flex on One Finger Sukuna, and that's what began the hype for this anticipated clash. We see in Goodwill, Barrier's time expires, and then he packs up Wreckman and then unleashes a Hollow Purple that destroyed the whole area. He then sold Jogo a dream, and he showed him the inner workings of infinity, and that clash left such a bad taste in Jogo's mouth, he never used his domain expansion again in fear of it being bullied like it was against Gojo. And my personal favourite moment where he shows why he's him against the disaster curses. A 4v1 with humans running around and even the use of domain amplification. Gojo looks at these boys and tells them, what made you think you could beat me? Like, he has that aura. And he begins to pack up the disaster curses, and he sends Hanami to the wall and looks up at Jogo and says next. He's way too raw, man, and pulled off one of the craziest feats with using a 0.2 domain expansion, in which led to a panel that encapsulates who Gojo is. After the deactivation of the domain at the hands of the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer alive. It's great to see Gojo back, and his return has been anticipated for a long time. His role in the story to play is significant, and this next stretch of chapters will showcase why the world missed the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer, Gojo Satoru. One thing that can boost the hype is in the fanbook it states Gojo's role is to be the benchmark for strength, and it's why he is him.